I just want to give it back to Shay and Trevor and to Stacy. This has just been incredible. It is life-changing, and if you happen to think you may know of anybody anywhere that may not have tuned in, get on the phone now. Send them a text and tell them that they need to be here. This has just been incredible, and I take my hat off to each one of them, and I'm so happy to be able to participate. My name, as Stacy so lovingly introduced me, is Mary Robinson, and I am a pastor. I pastor a church in another state in Iowa, and I'm also a chaplain at a large food processing company, and I'm also a network marketer. I guess I wear a number of hats. People have asked me, what do you think is the number one problem in the world? Is it the economy? Is it money? Is it the health? No, in my opinion, it is relationships. I have counseled with people who are wealthy, and they have trouble with relationships. I have counseled with people who are as poor as a church mouse, and they tend to have sometimes a better time because they have a healthy, happy relationship. Relationships are very, very important. They impact all that we think, say, do, and they really define who we are. We need to really start talking more openly about toxic relationships and what they are, so that we can diffuse one before we even enter into it, and so that it will not knock us out of the game. But so often in my generation, we were taught that you suffer in silence, and that's just how it was. And I feel badly, well, maybe I don't, but the church, I love the church, but many pastors are going to have to give account for re-victimizing many victims. And I think it's time for people like me to just say, okay, I'm not going to be in silence anymore. I'm going to tell it like it is and tell it like it was. What exactly do I mean when I talk about a toxic relationship? Well, one word, poison. A relationship or something that's capable of causing injury or death. Now, we know that poison can cause physical death, but we also know that toxic relationships can cause spiritual death, emotional death, and, believe it or not, far too often, physical death. We also know that a syndrome, we use that word so often in medical terms, but it indicates a characteristic of a disease. It really is a disease or a disorder or an abnormal condition that we find ourselves in, and many times over and over and over again. At least I did, until I finally wised up. So now take a look at this power play, this slide that's up there. There's this balloon, and she's smiling, and she's saying to this push pin, I love you. And the push pin is saying, I love you too. But you and I both know what's going to happen. There are signals, there are ways that we can tell, not that the relationship is going to be toxic, but there are indicators that something may not be quite right. It's a matter of life and death. It's not just because I don't want to be in this situation anymore. And I am just so thankful that I will be able, through my memoirs, be able to let my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren know that you don't have to take this, that you deserve better. And so do you. Each and every one of us deserve better. These are things that have to be worked through. And so if you're interested in talking with me about any of that, please give me a call, 319-774-3433. And then lastly, I have a Sunday Bible study that I do every Sunday from 4 to 4:30 on 88.1 FM radio, talking about the ordinary, everyday things in life that confront us and how we can use God's Word to be able to take care of that.